In this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons that you should take charge of trading your own money and not put it in the hands of someone else. Now, this is going to be controversial and probably challenge a lot of you. So, are you ready to take charge of your own future? All right, let's dive in. Reason number 1 that you should take charge of your own trading is because, first and foremost, it's not about you. If you're alive and walking this earth, then chances are very high that you have a family out there somewhere. Maybe your family looks like the traditional nuclear family with a spouse and kids. Maybe it's your siblings and nieces and nephews. Maybe you're on your own and hoping to start a family soon or one day. Or maybe family to you means your close circle of friends. Whatever the case may be, taking control of your own current finances and your financial future with a view towards serving that family of yours is why we are all here. Don't you agree? Ironically, taking control of your own trading should be done out of selflessness, not out of selfishness. We're warned about this in the Bible. In Matthew 6:19, it says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal." Now, the next verse talks about storing up treasures in heaven. This one is talking about not hoarding things here on earth that are just for you. Does that make sense? This leads directly to the next one. Reason number 2 that you should take charge of your own trading is because, first and foremost, it's your responsibility to provide for your family. There are many verses in the Bible that tell us this. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." I love that. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "But if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." And then 2 Corinthians 12:14 says, "For the children ought not lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children." Please don't tell my sons that. Now, not everyone watching this video is a Christian, but I would challenge any atheist or follower of the Klingon religion to find fault with these verses. They speak to universal principles I think we should all be following. Speaking of which, are you following me so far? If you are, and you are the head of your household, even if it's just that household of one, it's your responsibility to take charge of your family's financial future. That's why I am so passionate about trading. Trading is the most amazing opportunity to anyone to put their family on the path to financial freedom. You can literally change the course of your family's destiny through trading and create the kind of generational wealth that will impact your family long after you are gone. Wouldn't you love that to be you? Reason number 3 you should take charge of your own trading is because no one's going to care more about your family's financial future than you do. Handing your money off to a professional money manager probably sounds like a good idea, mainly because that's what we've all been taught to do. I have seen so many ads on TV and on social media for financial planning firms lately. Have you seen them too? I'm sure you have. They're all around us, conditioning us to give up control of our money to someone else, someone with experience and training and certification. But at the end of the day, what those ads are asking you to do is to put your family's future in the hands of someone else. I can hear some of you saying, "Hey, Pepper, I've done my due diligence and I trust my financial planner implicitly." I'm not talking about trusting that they're not going to run off with your money or even trusting that they're not going to lose it all in some risky investment. I'm talking about trusting that when it comes down to it, that financial planner is faced with a choice between their own financial needs and yours. Who do you think they're going to choose? Reason number 4 that you should take charge of your own trading is transparency. Trading on your own means that you know exactly where your money is going, what it's doing, and why. Now, this might not seem like a big deal to some, but if you think that you have a spiritual and moral duty to your family, then you probably also think that you must perform that duty in a way that honors your family. Wouldn't you agree with that? I have one retirement account from a state job that is a black hole of information hidden behind an impenetrable wall inside of the Fortress of Solitude. It is the exact opposite of transparent. For all I know, my money is being used to fund things that I would totally disagree with. Think about this. Imagine you had a loved one die of lung cancer. Would you be okay investing in Philip Morris? Probably not. But what if you found out that your trusted financial advisor had you knee deep in that stock? You'd probably be upset, right? Yet we know that the big boys in the trading and investing world, BlackRock and Vanguard, are taking your money, spreading it around the world, and doing all manner of things with it you probably wouldn't approve of. Does that bother you too? Reason number 5 that you should take charge of your own trading is because you can do it. Yes, you. You can absolutely do this yourself. I know. I can hear you saying now, well, Pepper, that's easy for you to say. You know how to trade and invest. I don't. Believe me, I understand that. I used to be in the same place saying those exact same things. The truth is that no one knows how to do anything until they learn how to do it for the first time. You didn't know how to ride a bike until you learned, am I right? You didn't know how to sell or do double entry bookkeeping until you learned how. None of us were born knowing how to walk and talk, and yet here we are, we figured it out. I know that you can figure this out for two main reasons. First, if your why is strong enough, your how will happen automatically. Think about it. Most people don't have a couple $100,000 in cash lying around to buy a house. But the why of wanting to buy that house led to the figuring out of how to buy the house. If you truly believe that your family's financial security is your responsibility, you will figure out how. Also, it's never been easier to learn how. Anything you could ever want to learn about trading can be found online. There are many courses out there, including ours, that can take anyone from knowing nothing to being a successful trader in just a few short months. Maybe instead of looking for someone to manage your trading and investments for you, you find that someone and ask them to teach you how they do it. Remember, we're not talking about some super secret hidden knowledge or esoteric wisdom here. Trading is just a skill, like juggling or cooking. You can learn those from YouTube. You can learn trading as well. Although, again, I would still recommend our course. When you put all these together, you have the reasons that I trade for myself. This isn't about control here, folks. I don't do my own trading because I'm OCD, because I don't trust people, or because I'm a micromanager. I do it first and foremost because God told me to. Secondly, I understand that human nature tells me that if a fund manager is faced with that choice between making money for himself and his family or making money for me and my family, he's not going to choose my family. I can never expect him or anyone to care more about my family's financial future than me. Therefore, it's incumbent upon me to do whatever I have to do to make that financial future as secure and profitable and long-lasting as possible. Isn't that what you want? Finally, I do my own trading because it's just simpler. Trading itself is simple. Learning how to trade is simple. Looking back, even learning how to develop that discipline necessary to be a successful trader was simple. It just was not easy. Remember, guys, simple and easy are nowhere even close to being the same thing, right? Losing weight is simple, but that $3 billion a year weight loss industry tells us it's not easy. Well, the same principle applies here. Trading is simple, not easy. But just because it's not easy doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, especially considering what we're trying to achieve here. Wouldn't you agree? It's so much simpler to trade it myself than to be constantly looking over the shoulder of someone else and continually reviewing their results. It's just adding a layer of difficulty that is totally unnecessary. Because here's the truth no one's willing to say out loud. I will never fully trust the returns I get from someone else once I know that I could do it myself. Does that describe you too? Final note to add to the you can do this pile. Notice that nowhere in this list did I ever say you can do this on your own. While you can absolutely do this on your own, you should absolutely not attempt to do this on your own. Going it alone is at best a long and frustrating and lonely journey. You may very well end up at your destination, but you'll get there faster, more profitably, and above all, more joyfully if you're part of a trading community. Is this all making sense, guys? If you need any help getting started or finding a community, please reach out to us at godlytrading.com. Link down in the description. We have free resources available to you, as well as the new book, Trading with Joy. Very proud of it. We've got courses, we've got coaching, and we've got communities that you can join to speak with other like-minded people who are on a mission to change their family's futures. Would that be helpful to you? Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and have found value in what you have seen, it would really help us a lot if you would hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, please let us know down in the description where you are watching from. Now, if you missed episode 0 of the Trading Success Formula, I would highly recommend that you go back and watch that video here. Next week, we're going to dive into the actual formula and how you can use it to build that future for your family that you've always wanted. With that, folks, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.